Hi everyone, so today is the 14th of the month, so that means Spellbinders has new releases. So this is one of the collections. This is the Becca Feeken Christmas Flourish collection. Just gorgeous, lots of new things. So we'll talk about those in just a minute. But Spellbinders did send these items free of charge for my review, and of course all opinions are my own. And any links I'll have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So these just launched. You might find them at Scrapbook, some of the other places that Spellbinders also carries their dies and collections and things. But today we will start off with these guys. So I do want to mention really quickly, they do have some new staple items, like the kinds of things that will help you make your projects. They're like different types of glues and masks and twine and all kinds of new things, new packs of foil. So you can check out, I'll have all those things linked in the description box as far as like the collection sets, you know. Some new things from Kath Holden, which are really have an old school feel to me. It's like, do you guys remember when you were little and you had like, you would put pieces together to make like a bowl from paper, and you would kind of like sew them up the sides, but maybe that's just something I was familiar with, I don't know. But she has some dies that do that in different shapes and like sizes and bases, and I think it's really, really sweet, really different. So I will play with those coming up very soon here. Christmas collections, just lots of really, this one sweet design collection by Zoka Marco, I believe you might pronounce her name, and it's very, I want to say Swedish, it's something like that. It sounds like a Nordic, those are totally different things, but you know, the feel is totally different, very folk artsy, I suppose, in my opinion. Just gorgeous. So we will get to those very soon, but today I have the Christmas Flourish, and again, I get samples. I have them on this board that I like to show them off on. You'll generally get yours on a carrier, and the carrier will have some pictures, like some inspo. It might have some instruction. If they don't have instruction, a lot of times under the individual items, Spellbinders will have like a PDF that you can download or print out, and then of course they have their own videos where they have like music and they kind of go through it, and you can see kind of what it is that they're intending for that set. For me, you know, I walk through them and I go step by step and I just make my tutorials. It might be what they're intending, it might not be, it's just some way I want to play with it, but generally if it needs actual instruction, I'll try and do that. But these guys are very open-ended. Of course, it's dies and you can do whatever, you know, you like with them. There's no one way to use them or to make them work, should we say, right? If they don't have a mechanism, should I say. Okay, so, and having said that, so let's start off. This collection also has a standard embossing folder. When you see SES, that means it's standard. It's a little thinner than like the 3D embossing folders. This is a 3D one, this is a standard one. I don't know if you can see the difference. And of course you would do your sandwiches in your machines accordingly. So this one is called Holly Flourish, and again, these have a design space of 8.5 by 5.5. It's a little bit bigger than 8.5 by 5.5, the folder itself, but that's so you can get that whole design, you know, however, the whole 8.5 by 5.5. Really, really awesome. Just beautiful with the holly all over. I'm a little bit nervous, guys, because I already did this whole intro, and then my camera cut out on me, and it did not save it. Well, it corrupted the file, so excuse me. So this is a second take, and I'm hoping it'll be okay. So I have these guys laid out. These are actually 5 different items. There's also a little set of birds that are really, really sweet that are from this collection, but for now I have these guys. This is Let It Snowman, and generally what I do is I like to give you guys a little bit of measurement and all that. So Let It Snowman has this cute little kind of almost like a shaker, like globe kind of thing. If you, I don't know, that's what it reminds me of, but you basically have this little area. It's like a frame for your little scene, and look at the snowman. He's so elegant and cute. It's 5 and almost 3/4, I would say, by 4 and just under 4.5 in the width. So that to me is really nice for, you know, it'll be edge to edge if you put this on like a A2 size, but again, generally with Becca, it's more of a 5 by 7 type thing she's going for. But I have this guy, I just realized this is his little carrot nose. I put the things down and I kind of just put them out, and then I, you know, look at them as we're going through. We have this little banner that you can put, Let It Snow, and it's like this. So it's going to be like this. So it kind of goes here like this with the Let It Snow. We also have, let's see, Sweet Snow, Snow Sweet. Snow Sweet. Yeah, I was gonna say Sweet Snow doesn't make a lot of sense. So Snow Sweet. And then his little snowman with his cute little hat. And then it even has like a little hole right here. So I was like, you can make a little ornament out of this little guy if you wanted to. That'd be really cute. So anyway, That was adorable there, or to have them hanging in the little thing, so it's just kind of like a dangly kind of feature. We have some snow, we have other pieces that help you decorate, you know, whatever's going on, little bands and things, and his little nose there. And then another snowflake over here. I guess I can put these things in here. And this next one is Joy Flourish, I believe is what it's called, and it has this large outer die, and then it has this one that cuts itself out. It's not an inlay, so it would cut on its own and just is really gorgeous. She's done things like this in the past that are just really lovely because you can use them for anything. It's not typically just snow, or if you look at it, it doesn't really have anything that's like super. This is Christmas, you know, so you can use it for lots of things. Almost 4.5, the actual die itself, right, is what I'm measuring right now, guys. Kind of square. And it has that beautiful frame that goes there. We have some little like swirl pieces. We have the word to the world that just kind of cuts in, and then you have joy, so joy to the world. Again, I have samples. If something's missing, it's because I have samples and sometimes something's missing. So we have some holly leaves, and we have this background piece that also has a little, I don't know, I put them together and it looks like they fit, but these little guys, you can cut out your little holly, and then you would have a backer if you would like. Same thing with these little guys. This next one is very interesting. It's called Merry Flourish, and I think I'm going to use this one today because it's totally different. It's this piece here, and as you can see, this gorgeous outer piece. It's going to leave that intact, and then it has all this beautiful kind of scroll work here. And he is about 4 inches long there by 4.25 wide, and then we have these other pieces that we can add in. So if you want to cut that in, or just cut these pieces and add them, or you know, the word Merry that also kind of cuts in there. It doesn't cut the edge, but it does cut this part out. Lots of ways to mix and match that. And then we have all these pieces here that you might think, oh, what are those? So these are basically to make ornaments. So we have this, and I have it basically facing the wrong way. I would probably put it this way. And then we have these different inlay pieces to make different ornaments. You have these guys that inlay. We have little pieces that make you a little hanger there that are different. And then the word Christmas. So you have Merry and Christmas on this one. You have joy to the world, that kind of thing. These are really awesome. So this last 2 sets here, or these last 2 sets, I have Flourished Ornament Slimline, which gives you this big die. And let's see. It cuts about 8.5 by 3.5, which is perfect. That's what I like for a slimline. And then we have this piece that you can inlay if you want that etching, and it looks really awesome. Just really pretty. Look at the lines and the dots. And then we have this inlay, or matte layer, should I say. Or, I mean, you can pair them all up and make a frame, right? If you put them all together like this with the frame, or without this middle piece, however you want to play that up. Lots of ornaments here. So we have a little bit bigger ornament that has inlays. It has 2 different inlays. It makes a circle that's just shy. It's like 1 3/4 inch circle. It has 2 different scroll work inlays. And then this one's a little bit smaller. I'm looking at the inside of it now. It's about 1.5 inch circle. And then you have 2 inlays for that. Just different little decorations and pieces and bubble pieces that you can just do whatever you like with on these guys. And it even has this piece that's kind of like the string, if you want to put that, and then put your guys on the end, you know, in different lengths. Just gorgeous. You know, the little bits right here, or whatever you want to use for that. This one's really sweet. It's very different too. It's Noel Mini Slimline, and it's this gorgeous little piece here that I'll show you. Edge to edge, it's 5 3/4 by like 3.5 almost. And then we have this layer that makes all these little dots. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, again, not screaming Christmas. I mean, you can use this for anything. And then it has another matte layer, or again, pair it together, make a frame. And the matte layer, look at that. It even has like a little embossing around the edge. I'm trying to see if this thing will focus. That's really pretty. And then lots of different holly and like little poinsettia. Look how cute this one is. It has the individual leaf in the, or, well, I guess it is a leaf, right? The poinsettia, I mean, it looks like a leaf. I think the flower supposedly is this part in the center, which is so funny because you think the flower is like the red and green part, but anyway, or the red part. It's just like that. So it has one that's connected, and then some other ones you can build up with. And then here we have some holly leaves. Little holly, if you would like, background pieces, little swirl, and then the word Noel. That's really, really pretty. So what I'm going to do is grab some papers, and we're going to use this guy today. Okay, I'll be right back. Just to start off, I am going to take a standard A2 size card base, again 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. This happens to come from the Spellbinders card kits because whenever I have my card kits, I basically take the papers out and keep those separate from everything else, put everything else away. So I always have card bases sitting here ready to use. This is a piece of the new crimson paper from Spellbinders there. Again, these things are now available on the UK site too, but I haven't seen a lot of the papers there yet, so I'm sure they're working on that. But I will put this in here and run it through. It's just a piece of paper, 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. If you like quarters, 4 by 5.5, or just mat the whole thing, 4 1/4 by 5.5, whatever it is you like. I'm just going to run this guy through, and I'll be right back. Since this is a standard embossing folder, it's just your basic. If you're using this guy, if you're using the universal system, just follow what it says. But on here, it's the platform, paper inside the folder, and then your cutting plate. And like I said, on my cutting plates, I always cut into one. I always keep one not cut into, so that's the one I use. The one I don't cut into, just because it's a little flatter than the one I normally cut into. And yeah, just perfect. Just works so nicely every time. If you have a machine that's not like the Platinum 6 or something else, you might have to work it out. But generally, you know, Big Shot, these kind of things, it's about the same, right? So let me just glue this down, and then I'm going to grab the papers for those beautiful ornaments and the Flourish and all that to get it going. So I'm just going to glue this down. And I will, again, oh, the deboss layer is so pretty. Or slide, should I say. I will be right back. Okay, guys, so I have lots of ideas what I want to do with this, but we have this beautiful in the background. You know, Christmas and with the ornaments, and I have lots of that beautiful metallic paper that Spellbinders put out with the red and the green, and so I have scraps here, so I'm going to use those. And oh, you know, I don't know if this is going to fit. I'm probably going to have to get some more of this, but I want to use matte metallic gold for this part. And it's up to you, you know, how much you want to do this. So, you know, how see-through, or do you want it to have just a solid background with this beautiful thing down here, or just put it all together, which I think is what I'm going to do. Why not? Let's see if this fits on here. No. Alright, well, I'm going to get another piece in just a minute, but basically I'm going to do the same thing on a white piece of paper to put a background for it. So I'll show you what I'm going to do here, and then I'll do the same thing on the matte metallic paper. So I'm going to pop this in here, and I'm going to do it all at once. A little scary because there are 3 pieces to be mindful of. But we are going to take our best ever craft tape and really stick these guys down so they don't move. Actually, working on this magnetic thing here really helps out because it just wants to hold on to them for us. So that's nice. Okay, let's see here. That should probably be good enough. So I'm going to cut that down. I'll run these through. I'm also going to use the same white pearlescent paper. It's just for my stash to cut out backgrounds of these little guys. I don't know how many I'll need, but let's say like 5. I think 3 is too little, 5 is good, and I always like odd numbers. So I'll probably run these guys through, maybe 3 of these and 2 of those or something. We'll run those through the white paper also. And then we're also going to take these guys and pair them up. So this and this, you know, with the red paper and run it through, or this and this, again, tape down, run it through the green paper or however. And these little guys are also cut out of the same matte gold paper too. So I will be right back. How cute these are. So pretty. And then all these pieces pop out. Again, that metallic paper is like literally like aluminum. It's like metal. Really, really cool stuff. So I'll clean those out. This guy, I went shiny, shiny gold. Just why not? Make it a little different from the other things. And I do have the hangers and the light. Oh my gosh, you guys, look at that. Oh my goodness, so pretty. So a lot of times, ooh, I should not poke that with the sharp side. I just scratched it, but that's the piece that needs to pop out anyway, so it's okay. Just gonna clean this out. I'm gonna clean this one out, and then I'm just gonna put them together like the way I glue them together, like this offset. So when I come back, those guys will be glued together like this, okay? Okay, but I'll be right back. Very much the same way I did this. I'll show you. Just putting them together. Now this one I did bring the gold down a little bit. That'll be on there. Pops really nice. And then these guys, this is what I did with the other one too. So I just put glue on the back of my hand, and I'll layer it on here. But of course this time I'm layering it perfectly, so it's not drop shadow, but just on there. And then I just want to mention, these are so cute. I don't know if you can see. These are complete loops there. But then they have some that the die will cut, because there's two different dies. It has a little notch, so you can actually make it look like it's hanging in there. So that's really, really cute. Let me think, what am I going to do? Put these on this side. I don't know if it matters which one I pick for what right now, but just something like that. And I'll just pop one on. Just wherever. I don't know if it needs to go up a little higher or lower. Just wherever you think it should go. And I'll do the same thing with these guys and these other ones. Okay guys, so as I was putting these guys together, I was kind of seeing what I wanted to do as far as... I just cut a ton of them, so in greens and reds, but I think this is a nice look. So it'll be something like this. But for right now, what I'm going to do is on the back of all these guys, they're all going to need dimensionals, I think. So just going to use these kind of lower profile dimensionals. And on these guys, of course, you can just place them wherever. That'll be fine. These guys, those kind of broke apart, and that's fine. And then this I'm also going to pop up, so that's why I'm pretty much putting the same dimensionals I would put on these other ones. That one I probably should wait to know where to place them, because it's going to go in here, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, and on these guys, just wherever I can. I mean, there's some larger spots, right, that you can definitely get some dimensionals going in there. So like I would put it there, in here for sure. You know, just wherever I can find a spot that would really accommodate it, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have, again, strategically placed dimensionals. And if we're going to put that about there, I don't have the word Christmas cut out yet, but it's going to go down here somewhere, and I want clearance for this guy. Oops, I didn't take all the backers off of these guys, but I'll just go show you what I'm going to do. So again, some of them have that little opening, so you can definitely just like hook it in there if it makes sense, you know. But since I did mine double layer, it's not going to work as well as if I had just done the one layer. So you can still probably hook them in back there. I'm just going to ignore them. But definitely they're workable for the other things, so if you're doing the one layer. And I mean, you can have it just resting there. If you want to make it more secure, you can put a little glue on the back of that, kind of pop it in here like that. So I'll do this for all of them, so it's the same dimensional little glue, right? This one we're going to put up here somewhere, possibly, like hanging right there. So I need to move this, like I said. I wasn't sure exactly where I should put that. And I'll put a little glue on the bottom of this one and at the top, because I know both those areas are going to touch. So that's all I'm going to do for every single little guy that I cut here. Oh my gosh. Let's put it a little straight. That'd be nice. So I'm going to hold that down. And then same thing for this guy. You know, when I go to put it down, take off the backing, put a little glue, hold it down. So it might be a little bit... We'll see if I end up using this guy or how. Okay, I'll be back. So before I stick this guy down, since I don't know where my word's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and cut out Christmas. And just to bring some of that white back to the front, I'm going to use that same pearlescent white paper. So I'll just cut this down, run this guy through, and I'll be right back. I was just thinking, if you really want to bring back some of the echoes, you can then put gold behind this and drop shadow it that way. So here we have the gold with the white drop shadow. You can do white with a gold drop shadow, which is very Spellbinders-ish, isn't it? Okay, and I'm just going to glue that down. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of my hand, tap, 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 and put this down, okay? So I'm sticking this down. I am going to pop this around there. Obviously it says Christmas back there, so I don't think it's too big a deal. But, of course, next time I would place the Christmas and the Merry thing and knowing where it was, you know. This could obviously go up a little bit. And put that right there. And nice and straight. As straight as I can get it. And I'll hold that down. Okay, guys, so there's our card. Lots going on, just super pretty. Love these little ornaments, and I can give you a quick size on the ornaments if you would like to know. Like from hook to the bottom, it's like 1.25 inches, and then these little guys are like 1 inch. I mean, just super cute. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Again, just a gorgeous collection from Becca Feeken there. I'll have images coming up. I'll have the links in the description box, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.